And I want to thank our guest in our first segment, Julie Jacobson, who's the town manager from the town of Auburn. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you, Tim. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good. Well, Julie, we were talking as we were getting ready to kick off the show, but 6 years now you've been in the town manager role, so not new anymore.
No, it's not new anymore. We've done a lot in 6 years. There's been a lot of positive movement on a number of different fronts: residential, commercial, community events. It's been a really good 6 years, and looking forward to another, hopefully, a couple of years where we can continue to implement some of the changes that we've made and some of the new initiatives that we have underway.
Right, and I want to talk a little bit about about that during our time and your background in coming to the job. But before I do, I think all of us in Central Massachusetts, our hearts went out to the Auburn community with the loss of Officer Tarantino, and a tragic situation. But obviously, you and the chief and the board, just the community really came together to support a hero and a family.
Thank you very much. Our hearts and prayers go out to Officer Tarantino's family, his wife and children, and we are so grateful for the support that we received, not just from the Auburn community and the Central Mass community, but literally from everywhere, all over the state, beyond Massachusetts. People come out and support a community, and they support the family. And I know the family's grateful for it. We're grateful for it. It's a tragedy that nobody wants to experience in their community, but when you do experience it, it does show that people really have concern for the police department, for all of our public safety.
Yeah, and appreciate the very difficult job that they have. Just even recently in Des Moines, Iowa, we see, there's a lot of people out there with serious issues, and unfortunately, our officers are right there, trying to respond and putting themselves in harm's way for us. But great tribute to his service and his family. 6 years on the job, you brought to the job, or bring to it, continue some experience, working in the city of Worcester as an assistant city manager in charge of economic development, at the chamber a period of time as a vice president of economic development. So, how did you feel that prepped you, and what mindset did that experience bring to your job in Auburn?
That's a good question. When I first started in Auburn, it was back in January of 2011. And when I met with each of the individual Board of Selectmen at the time, and many of the residents and many of the businesses, I went out and reached out to almost every major business and employer in the town to ask them, what could the town do for economic development? What can we do to help you stay here? What can we do to make your business more viable here? And I think my experience in the city of Worcester as economic development, as well as a regional economic development approach from the chamber, allowed me to understand the needs of the business community, what types of tools that were available to them on a state and federal level, and the ability, hopefully, to open the lines of communication with the business community. Have them understand that you need to have access to your local government, you need to have ongoing dialogue with the town officials, so we understand what the needs are of our business community, and hopefully we can address them before it becomes such a problem that business has a barrier and can no longer function.
And one of the things you alluded to it is that we compete as a regional economy. I mean, with the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce, we make up 36 cities and towns, but we work closely with our partner affiliate chambers that we either staff or provide some level of support. So it's the Auburn Chamber, the Webster Dudley Oxford, Blackstone Valley Chamber, the Chamber of Central Mass South and Wachusett area chamber. So, it's yes, there are issues that are decided within city and town borders, but there are also, when people they look at a region.
That's right. This is a regional economy, and my role with the chamber many years ago, as well as my role now in a town, we have to focus on the region. If Auburn succeeds with a commercial industrial sector, so will other communities in the Central Mass region, and vice versa. If we have a company that locates close to Auburn, they're potentially going to hire Auburn employees. So when you look at the Auburn compared to, other than Worcester being a large commercial center, but Auburn is one of the largest communities for employment.
And that's, I want to get into that a little bit. Auburn, it's a town, obviously, but given its geographic location to road networks and things, a major employer in the region. And a commercial industrial tax rate that you need to be a base that you need to be working on and addressing those employer needs every day.
Exactly. We recently, the CMRPC had done an analysis to show how many people are actually coming into the town of Auburn on a daily basis.
And for our viewers, the Central Mass
And-
Regional Planning Commission,
Sorry.
right?
Yes, the acronyms. Our population's a little over 16,000. That's our resident population. But during the day, our population swells to over 34,000.
Wow.
So that shows how many people are coming into the town of Auburn. And as you mentioned, they come in because there are businesses. We have a strong commercial industrial base. We have a highway network. We have several hotels, and we have a regional mall.
Right.
And all of those draw people in using the regional highway network. It's easy to get to. It's a destination. And therefore, we have visitors as well as employees in the town every day.
Yeah, important. I mean, your population doubles more than doubles every day with people coming in, reinforcing this regional economy. They're coming from Worcester, they're Charlton, North County, the Brookfields, and you're part of that hub. So, in dealing with some of those employers' needs, some of the issues that come up, one of the things we know is taxes and the commercial industrial tax rate. Auburn's got a very competitive rate, and the board just recently made a vote in that regard.
We do. Auburn still does have a split tax rate, but the Board of Selectmen back to fiscal year '08 have been slowly and very steadily making steps to reduce that differential. So between '08 and '13, I think they were moving it down about 5 points every year. So the last 3 fiscal years, not 2 weeks ago, but the last 3 fiscal years, 14 through 16, we had a number of major projects come online.
Right.
Our middle school, brand new middle school, beautiful state-of-the-art middle school.
Right.
The Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School has a renovation and addition project going on, of which we are one of 10 members. So there's a cost to the taxpayer of that, and a few other things that were causing the taxes to increase to the residents. So the board made a good decision to maintain the rate. The good news is they did not increase the rate, and they recognized that when the town financially was able to move forward and maybe reduce the rate and not have a major impact on the residents, but maybe help the business community, they took that position. So this year, 2 weeks ago, they did vote to reduce that differential down to 1.2.
Right, and I think, as you mentioned, for how many years now it's either gone down or stayed the same?
Now we're in about 9 years, that it's
right.
either gone down. So steadily they're moving toward a single tax rate.
Yeah, and during that time, you've seen your commercial industrial tax base grow.
Absolutely. That's a great point. This is working. Seeing the industrial commercial rate come down is having a positive impact on the community, and we can see the numbers. We've seen our growth factors. Our commercial industrial base is growing. We had quite a few vacant or underutilized properties when I got there 6 years ago. Most of those, if not all of them, have all been filled up. There are still some sites that we do have for development and a couple of shifts in businesses. One would relocate or move here or expand, so there's always some property that's available. But really the major properties along Route 12 that had been vacant have all filled up, and I would say that's a direct contribution to the tax rate going down.
And in Worcester, and generally speaking, in our chamber service area, including our partner affiliates, 36 communities, 3 with a split tax rate: Worcester, Auburn, and Webster. And it's something. It's a real issue, and I think we all agree it's not the only issue that impacts businesses, but it's a significant one.
Exactly. It's not the only. There are a number of different locational decisions that a company looks at. As you know, we knew it in Worcester working with companies, and we see the same thing in Auburn. They look at availability of a workforce, access to their customers, the ability of their employees to locate into a community with quality of life, strong school systems. So Auburn shines in all of those areas. So not only are we showing that our tax rate and our board is supportive of the business community, but we're also showing that we have all the other factors that businesses look into when they make locational decisions.
And with that, so in terms of the economic development approach that you brought to the town, and seeing those vacancies eliminated as a positive thing, people paying taxes, jobs being created. What are some of the strategies that you brought, from your experience in Worcester and with the Worcester Chamber, in terms of working with the board, working with business leaders there, the Auburn Chamber leadership, to try to help set kind of those goals and objectives and target some of those properties?
Well, I think one of the most important things was to reach out to the Auburn Chamber and develop a strong working partnership with them. So I'm proud that we've done that. We work very well with the Auburn Chamber as well as the
Carrie
Worcester
Cross,
Regional.
the chair currently, and the board.
She's great. And she's also an Auburn resident, which is a nice asset.
Right.
So it's both. In addition, I think it was really important to reach out to the businesses that were in town and let them know that they could have access to myself as a town manager or anybody in town government. Again, we're trying to prevent companies from downsizing or moving out of town. But if we don't know what the issues are, we can't address them.
Right.
So my first year, I started a business roundtable, which consists of a variety of members from across all industry sectors. We have retail, restaurant, commercial development parcel owners, and many distribution on it, as well as hotels and banks. And the point is, there's about 15 members, and it's very informal. We meet quarterly, and the intent of it is to get feedback from the business community as to whether they're having any issues, what are those issues, and how can the town help. And likewise, to give them information. Where are their tax dollars going? What are they getting for their dollars? And why is it important that they continue to work with us? We've increased our bond rating, which reduces the cost of borrowing, so we can put more money into our projects. We put a lot of money into our roads. We want to make sure that we're identifying roads that are not just primary roads, but secondary roads that businesses rely on for the transport of their goods or their employees. So this business roundtable is an opportunity for us to meet one-on-one with the business owners and general managers.
That information, you know, people are busy running their business and kind of doing all the things that are required of that, which are many. And so sometimes maybe they're not fully aware of all the things that are happening and opportunities that exist and investments that are being made. I mean, you alluded to the fact that Auburn has got a couple, you know, beautiful new schools and then investing in Bay Path, which is one of our premier voc techs in the region.
Exactly. I mean, you know, from Worcester as well, vocational schools are critical. We need to have them. And vocational school educations are, for those students that go there, those students have marketable skills that a lot of our employers are looking for, as well as having a strong, you know, elementary and secondary school educational system, which Auburn really does. We
get just a few minutes left as this segment flies by, but I want to give you a chance to kind of do a little, you know, at the Chamber, we use 3 words to try to organize our work: recruit, retain, incubate. Recruit businesses to the region, retain businesses in the region, and incubate new ones. But you've got some development sites that, you know, for our viewers, they may know of people, businesses. You've got some sites that you're looking to showcase in terms of for potential new development.
Yeah, that would be great to have the opportunity. As you know, we had a site, it used to be the former Yankee drummer, and then Lowe's had purchased the site, and they had it fully permitted for a large home center that then they scaled back nationally. And now that site is almost 17 acres. It is being actively marketed by Kelleher and Sadowski. It's on the market. It's a great site, high visibility, right near the Pike.
Road network,
right on 12. It's a tremendous opportunity. We have another site that's really unique. It's a 56-acre site owned by Dartmouth College, and about 40 acres are developable. It has some challenges. It's some of the site is, as I said, not all of it is developable, but it's a great site, and that's also on the market with Kelleher and Sadowski. I think it's important for anyone who's looking in Auburn. We also have office space available, not a lot, but there is some office space, and there's a little bit of industrial space in the Auburn Industrial Park. But the types of businesses we're trying to recruit, we'd like to bring in addition to retention, which is critical, but with the businesses we would like to bring in, you know, we're seeing medical office space. We'd like to bring in pharmaceutical. I think there is a need potentially for another hotel, if not just a conference center. Auburn doesn't have a lot of conference area. There's always talk of different types of supermarkets and other types of restaurants that we're looking to recruit. So really, there's a lot of different opportunities for growth in Auburn, and we want to continue to see our commercial industrial base grow.
Right, and you see that. I mean, you have various industry sectors, you know, very diverse. And that's a strength.
We do. You don't want to be focused on any one industry. You know, our largest taxpayer is the Auburn Mall, and that is our largest, most visible, because they're right in the center of Drury Square. But as you can see from the paper yesterday, they're in the process of going through, they're remaking themselves, as most malls are.
Most malls across the country, that diversification kind of, not simply just retail, but more experiential and a destination for a variety of
you've got to make a
needs.
destination. But they're doing very well. They're almost 100% full in their mall. And now there's plans to take the former Macy's Home Store building and convert about 62,000 into a medical office center, as well as an additional restaurant space and retail space. So we're happy to see the mall moving forward to reinvent itself and bring in additional people into the site.
Good stuff. Well, Julie, thank you for being with us. Thanks for all the good work you do with the town manager and your collaboration with not only the Worcester Chamber, but our partner affiliate Auburn in helping grow and strengthen the economic development of the region.
Great, thank you. And thank you for everything the Worcester Regional Chamber is doing, too, for business recruitment. It does make a difference to our communities.